Hello, everybody. I'm doing my workshop on healthy living. If you would like to blurt anything out as I go along, feel free to, so I don't feel so lonely. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate it. How do I do next? Oh, I did it. About me, Alexis, graduated in 2020. Sad, I didn't get a graduation. I majored in speech language pathology, so I have no background in health. Thank you. I was a FAM head and VPS. I'm currently a SLPA intern. I is vegan and I is allergic to tarantulas. Next, disclaimer. Everything I say about health is coming from me, an able-bodied person. So if you have anything that does not reflect that, I might not be able to touch on it with enough care. So I will not. I'm not a healthcare professional. And I'll be discussing eating habits. So if that is something that you're not comfortable with, you can go ahead and not listen to me. Thank you. Facts or myths. So I'm going to show you guys some statements and let me know if you think they're fact or myth verbally, please. First, physical activity only counts if you do it for a long period of time. Fact or myth?
Fact.
Myth. Only a dummy would think that was a fact. Next, to lose weight, you must give up all your favorite foods.
Fact.
Next, going vegetarian will help you lose weight and be healthier.
Myth.
I went vegan right before college and I still gained 20 pounds. Lifting weights is not a good way to improve your health or lose weight because it will make you bulk up. Fact or myth? Myth. Jonathan, a little notes. These are all myths. Make it a little easier. To live a healthy life, you must adhere to a strict diet plan and workout plan. Fact or myth? Myth. Thank you. So this is from World Health Organization in 1948. It states, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. I said that correctly. And then in 1986, they went on to amend this statement by saying, a resource for everyday life, not the objective of living. Health is a positive concept of emphasizing social and personal resources as well as physical capacities. So I'll be talking about this dimensions of wellness to talk about health, which includes emotional, occupational, physical, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being as all encompassing your health. The first one we'll talk about is physical. Please enjoy my meme. It says, doctor, I need a doctor's appointment. Receptionist, okay, how about 10 tomorrow? And then me, no, I don't need that many. What is physical well-being? It is caring for your body to stay healthy now and in the future. So some ways to care for your body, get moving regularly. You don't have to be exercising too hard, but as long as you move as often as you can, get up, walk around, especially if you're zooming all day on school, get up and stretch your legs a little bit. Eat and drink something. Get rid of the idea of there being good and bad foods. They're just nutrient dense foods and foods that are not as much nutrient density. So eat whatever makes you feel good because fed is best. Sometimes, especially in the library, you would hear so much, people would say, oh no, I forgot to eat today. Don't do that. Don't forget to eat today or drink water. Water is good for you. Use contraception. That's also a part of health. Practice effective hygiene. When I was in college, I think I only went to the dentist once in 4 years, which is bad. Go to the dentist, please. Avoid using tobacco, alcohol, drugs, and please sleep. I know it's getting, Thank you for your question, Olivia. Contraception is of sexual health, making sure you are being safe. Thank you for your question, Olivia. I think I'll clarify that. But yeah, the last one was please sleep. I know it's getting towards the middle of the semester-ish, I think. It ends in May, so it's just around mid-time. Please still be sleeping. Thank you. Next one, emotional. This one's Rihanna. Me remembering I'm free to do whatever I want and that I'm allowed to put my mental health first. I wish she would come out with another album. So this is what emotional health is. Understanding and respecting your feelings, values, and attitudes, appreciating the feelings of others, managing your emotions in a constructive way, and feeling positive and enthusiastic about your life. So here are some tips to promote your own emotional well-being. Engage in regular leisure activities. So downtime is good time. Don't feel like you have to be productive all the time. Having downtime is good for your emotional health and allows you to recharge. So here are some other ways that you can do that. First, play with your pets. Practice your doodling. I've been trying to doodle even though I'm still very bad. I put Watch Mamma Mia on here twice because that's how important it is. So the next one is Watch Mamma Mia. And the last one is engage all your senses. And then one way you can engage all your senses is by watching Mamma Mia. Other ways you can engage your senses include eating your favorite snacks and foods. I really like Girl Scout cookies right now because they just came out and they're not allowed to be sold in stores or in front of stores due to COVID. So we're just buying them in bulk from friends, and I've been eating a lot of Girl Scout cookies. Light a nice candle. Aromatherapy is good for relaxing or creativity or anything else. You can look into like different combos of scents that help promote different things that you may need. Listen to new music. A lot of good new music coming out right now. One of my favorite songs currently is I think it's called Chug Jug. It's the remix. Alan, have you heard of it?
Yes, it's very popular amongst the young generations.
It's really good. This kid made a remix of American Boy by Estelle and what's it called? Kanye West, and he talks about Fortnite. And he has really good bars. I like it a lot. All right. The next one, social well-being. This is a picture of some pandas. Me and my friends posing for an Instagram picture. I just thought this one was really cute. So this is what social well-being is. Maintaining healthy relationships, enjoying being with others, developing friendships, intimate relations, caring about others, and letting others care about you, and contributing to your community. The first tip, you can volunteer. Wow, especially in Circle K. I know it's harder right now because of COVID, but I know you guys are still finding great ways to stay involved in the community, which is really great for your social well-being. Still make time to see your friends. One way that I've been doing that is Eddie's here. We've been having kind of semi-regular trivia nights. We've had a little hiatus because Eddie's busy with grad school, but that's a fun way to stay involved with your friends, is having Zoom trivia nights or just Zoom hangouts and game nights. Setting boundaries is important too. So on the flip side of making time to see your friends, set boundaries and communicate your social needs and limitations. I know sometimes it's hard to be able to engage all the time with other people. So set those limits and be able to know what's best for you and get the things done that you need to get done. And finally, be genuine and authentic. So everything you do will feel a lot better if you're doing it from a place that's come from yourself and being yourself. Then your social well-being will be much better off that way. Occupational. So I wanted to include this one here too, since this is key to life. We're talking about the transition from college to working life. So this is going to be really important to think about as you're finding careers and internships and things for the next step in your occupational development. So here's Trisha Paytas eating, I think, toast. Me getting ready for another fulfilling day. So what is occupational health? It's preparing for and participating in work that provides personal satisfaction and life enrichment that is consistent with your values, goals, and lifestyle, contributing your unique gifts, skills, and talents to work that is personally meaningful and rewarding. So what are some ways that you can make sure that you're promoting your own occupational well-being? Is learning to balance work and personal life. I feel like that's especially hard when people working from home, that line kind of gets blurred. So what I like to do, even though right now, like I was in PJs earlier, I made sure to get dressed for this, so it kind of separates this from the rest of my day. Whenever I'm working from home, I try to get dressed as fully as I can. Sometimes I still leave my PJ pants on because it's comfy, but I want to distinct being in bed to being working, so that I can set those boundaries and know work time is work time, and when I'm done, I'm done. That's when I'm relaxing and not thinking about any more data logs I need to do or checking into my emails. So I already did that for the day and I'm done for today. I'll check again in the morning, or yeah, in the morning is fine. Finding work that is meaningful. This is gonna be different for everybody. So meaningful work for me has been as a SLPA intern, working with children who have speech deficits has been really meaningful for me, but sometimes I encourage this major to others and they're like, no, I hate working with children, but I love this other field. So find whatever field is the most meaningful to you, and hopefully that is something that you can make a lifelong career out of. And develop next is to develop skills to cope with occupational stress. So even though you might find your work to be very rewarding and fulfilling, that doesn't mean it won't come with its own stress. So find ways that you can distance yourself from your job and not let it overwhelm you. So find things that you can do, like and this is where it kind of ties into the other areas of health, such as physical, like getting active, going on hikes, social, going to see your friends, emotional, taking that time, leisure time for yourself. So all these areas, you can see them starting to come together to be one big pie of health. And finally, is find a work environment that offers the appropriate support. This can be really important, especially if you're just leaving college and you want the first job that gives you an offer. Try to take a step back and realize that you have a lot of worth. You just went through really rigorous educational programs. So you are a very worthy candidate who deserves to have a good job and a place that treats you well. I went through a few interviews before I landed the jobs I have now, and some of them just didn't feel right, and I didn't want to just take them because they offered me the job pretty soon, because I didn't want it to be someplace that I hated, especially if it's a job that I love. I didn't want it to make me burn out. So a little personal story about that. I've been working with children with autism for the past few years, and the last company I had didn't offer much support and additional training. So if my child was really, really aggressive, I had a kid that would come at me with scissors and throws toys in my head and tell me he's gonna call the cops on me. And it was really, really overwhelming to deal with those kind of behaviors. Even though he's only 7 years old, it's really overwhelming. And my supervisors weren't much of support for that. They wouldn't tell me like what I should do, how I can help the child redirect those behaviors to something more appropriate. But now the job I have currently is a lot more supporting, and they log in with me. They can't be there in person due to COVID, so they log in on Zoom, and they see these kind of behaviors. Still, I'm getting bit by one student, and they tell me how to avoid that, how to redirect it, and it's been a lot better. And I find myself feeling a lot more rewarded for my own job because I'm able to implement the strategies to help reduce those behaviors. So find a work environment that is that can give back to you what you give to them. If you're giving them work, make sure they can give you appropriate support to do your job well. Next one is intellectual well-being. So I know you're finishing school and you're learning a lot, but there's still so many ways that you can stimulate your mind to keep it just as healthy, such as this 10-hour long version of Patrick hyperventilating. So intellectual well-being is growing intellectually, maintaining curiosity about all the things there is to learn, valuing lifelong learning, and responding positively. So some ways to promote intellectual well-being aren't just being in the classroom. You can try new hobbies, challenge yourself with puzzles and games such as Tetris. I really like Tetris. So that prompt in our Shark Tank was very fun. Next, you could try new instruments, stay updated on current events. So you can talk about those kind of things and be aware of what's going on around you, and meet people from different backgrounds. So you don't have to have structured time to be intellectually stimulated. You don't have to just sit down and read books or sit down and learn something, actively learn something, but just talking to people from different backgrounds and different experiences will open your eyes a lot and give you that intellectual stimulation that you may need. Next one is spiritual. Here's like a little cute meme. I know you guys like like Pokemon. So here's Pikachu. He says, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm proud I'm not where I used to be. Look how cute he is. So what is spiritual health? Is finding purpose, value, and meaning in your life with or without organized religion, participating in activities that are consistent with your beliefs and values. So tips, understanding that spirituality looks different for everybody. So what you see other people doing might not work best for you, and what works best for you might not work for someone else. So definitely is something that you can talk about with your close friends and family, but just understand that it's going to look different for everyone, and how they choose to express their spirituality will differ. But it is important to make sure that you're doing that so you find your inner peace and are also able to cope with what the stress of daily life is. So some things you can do is take the time each day to whether that's praying or meditating or journaling, just make sure you're connecting with your inner self and exploring your thoughts and your emotions so you can be the best person that you are. Stay curious and travel. You will learn so much about different spirituality, like from different areas of the world, or just even different parts of like the states. You'll see different cultures all over the place, and just learning things from here and there will really help you find some sort of like spirituality things that really stick with you. Something that I've been doing a lot is trying to journal and meditate. Meditating is really hard because you have to sit still and be quiet for extended periods of time. And I just want to stay and listen to music, but I feel like that defeats the purpose because it's supposed to be quiet. But it's still something that, can be worked on, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Just trying anything or sticking with what you have been doing is always great. So here's some resources. We talked about some things with like food and mental health. So here's some resources if you're dealing with any of these issues that you might need to look into further. I do have a Kahoot too, so I'm gonna try to get through this. Here are also my references if you want to look more into the different dimensions of wellness. I went through 6, but there are different ways that you can approach wellness from like 4 to 10. Some also include thinking about finances as part of your wellness. So having like budgeting and thinking about your savings accounts and your future retirement will also help your well-being, because it is having financial stress is a major issue for many people right now. So I'm gonna just go to the